All right, first want to give an honor to the Most High, Yahweh, to his son, Yahweh Shai, to the prophets, elders, apostles, and teachers that are pushing forward this truth, this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, to all of Israel, the hopeful elect, those that are mixed in with the other nations, look like the other nations, even speak the other nations' tongues, but are of Israel, according to the seed, or the sperma in the Greek, or the sperma of their forefathers, goes all the way back to Jacob and the patriarchs, his 12 sons. To everybody, I say shalom, peace, and greetings. Also want to give an honor to the prophets of Great Millstone, or GMS, because it's through them that I heard this truth. And I believe it's there at Revelations 13, might be that 7th verse, where it says, "He that have an ear, let them hear, but thus saith the Almighty," not house. So again, to everybody, I say shalom, peace, and greetings. Some folks are still in denial. Some folks still can't handle this here truth. This truth is hot and heavy. Like the Little Caesar's pizza, hot and ready. You see? But it's like a hot potato. And some folks just can't handle it. They can't handle it. Truth too hot, coming in hot. You start telling them who the damn devil is and what's got to take place to his kingdom. Too hot to handle. They can't handle it. But we know, those that are in this truth, pursuant to Isaiah 28, the 10th chapter, Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this truth, it's because there is no light in them. That light being synonymous with this truth. I can't sugarcoat nothing. And the thing about the word of the Almighty is that everything has been established from the very beginning. Excuse me, something in the tooth. Isaiah 46:10 says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. This is the Almighty. And when you try to tell folks what's going to take place, what thus saith the Almighty, they have a problem with it. They take issue with it. They don't want to hear it. But we know it's going to come to fruition no matter what. It's best to be on the right side than the left. Let's get into some scripture. Start trying to break down and tell folks, hey man, I get it. Don't put too much stock. Don't put too much trust into Egypt. You know, I gotta get shekels just like the next man. I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. 51. I'm at verse 20. Jeremiah 51, verse 20 says, thou art my battle axe. Who is that talking about? Well, let me continue. And weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Verse 22. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husband and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea, the high class of sorcerers, witchcraft, all still taking place today. All their evil that they have done in Zion, in your sight, saith Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. Who is that mountain? I think it's pursuant to Genesis 36. It's either 6th, 7th, or that 8th verse. Esau, Edom. It dwelt in Mount Seir. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. John 10:10, Yahushua says, but the thief comes, but to kill, steal, and destroy. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. I could get this wrong. This is over in 2 Thessalonians. Might be 3:15. They're the son of perdition. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, which means perdition, meaning destruction, saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. An ocean polluted. And tainted. Skies polluted and tainted. Foods polluted and tainted. The water you drink is polluted and tainted. Got zinc and all manner of lead and fluoride, and the list goes on. They do nothing but devise all manner of wickedness. These elite Edomites, the rulers, the one that works in the shadows, pursuant to Ephesians 6, verse 11 and 12. I'm not talking about your Joe six-pack. I'm talking about the ones that run in the banks here, loaning money to countries. Job 9:24, earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He, who is he? The caveman. Check this out. And he's the king of Babylon. Check this out. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundation. But thou shalt be desolate forever, saith Yahweh, forever. Keep that in mind as I go here real quick. This is what I call a brusher-upper. That you know it's talking about Esau, Edom. Forever. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh, Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. This wasn't going to be long. I'm at Isaiah 10. Isaiah 14. Check this out. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Mind you, all these nations are bucking up against Esau, Edom, and Babylon here. If you have your spiritual eyes open, you see the chess pieces going into place with Iran, Russia, China, okay? You see everything, okay? The Almighty is the ultimate chess player. And right now, whereas the one time the caveman was, now everybody's like, damn caveman, can't stand the caveman. In fact, I want the caveman spot. The Chinese talk about, I want the caveman spot. You see, Iran's talking about, I want the caveman spot. So right now, the height of the hill is it's at bay. But what they don't know is Israel's taking over. The kingdom is going to be given to Israel. We already know how all this is going to play out. Humongous war. Chariots come busting through the cloud. Yahweh Shai. The redeemed get redeemed. But let me not I get excited and I get carried away and I get distracted. We're going over to Isaiah, the 14th chapter. You know, y'all know how my videos are always getting cut off here on YouTube. It's not like my live lessons on Instagram and Facebook. Neither here nor there. 14:10, Isaiah 14:10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? It's talking the other nations to Esau, Edom. They're coming down. Kingdom's coming down. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials and warm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Check this out. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Who is that? Who is that talking? I'm just making it clear because, see, some are still fighting it. Some are still trying to push against this truth. Who weakened the nations? Who's still weakening the nations? Who's still trying to keep the nations at the bottom? I'm not a paleontologist here. This is not deep. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. We know those stars, if you go there to, I believe it's Revelations, the 3rd chapter, the 12 stars, it's talking about Israel. Right now, those so-called Ish people are calling themselves the Jews. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Ain't no mythological bullshit here. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting this truth. Talking about a man here, the caveman. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the whole earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Boy, if that's not talking about the damn caveman, Caucasian man, who is it talking about? Like Job 9:24 ended. Where? Where and who is it? I have to make clear why Yahweh Shai. I would have to make clear why the Almighty using Yahweh Shai, his right hand, has to bring down Esau, Edom. All the nations are in mourning when the wicked are in rulership. Yeah, that change has got to come. It's coming. Sure as I weigh 170, maybe 175. Everything I say and do is all out of love. All glory goes to the Most High Yahweh and to his Son, Yahweh Shai, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. House.